let's go ahead and transition topics here. We're gonna get into some more current events. I don't know if y'all saw this, but you know, Jeannie Mai, she's on The Real, if I'm not mistaken. She's Young Jeezy's fiance, about to be wife. She got a little controversy because she says that when she gets married, she wants to submit to her husband. Okay. Now,
Mm-hmm.
she went on and clarified some of these things and said by submit, she means that she has been a boss chick her whole life, has all this stuff to do. That when it comes to her home, she don't want to always be the boss chick and make all the decisions. She's looking forward to her husband making decisions and then her following suit because she knows and believes in him as her husband. Do y'all find anything wrong with that statement that I want to submit to my husband? Would you want somebody to submit to you? Let's talk about it.
First of all, I feel like if people look at that lady and try to use any type of prejudice without understanding who that lady really is, you got her fucked up if you don't think that's a boss ass chick. That ain't no weak ass woman. You know what I'm saying? So don't look at it like he done took the easy route. You know what I mean? And nah, that lady is a boss, man. That lady's a businesswoman. You know what I'm saying? So is what she's saying that, Jeezy luckily got himself out of oppressive states and out of all these things to get to a point where he reached a level where he could get some emotional maturity as a man, where he can get to a point where he's experienced more of the world in a positive way, where he's still Jeezy, but he's able to be more of a sound thinking man as a husband for a strong ass woman like who the lady is. So she's saying in this context, with the man she has now, Keisha Cole tried to propose to Jeezy.
Sure did.
Yes,
Right.
the only reason I can see a person having a problem with that is out of envy. Because as a woman, maybe you just haven't met a man that will make you feel that way, and then as a man, maybe you're not emotionally to a level where you've ever had a woman feel that way about you. You know what I'm saying? But we should all work to be at a point where a woman can be that strong within herself and be comfortable with. She's submitting to the get down. She's not submitting to you, the person. She's submitting to the position that you hold well.
He's earned it. You're saying, babe, he's earned it. He's showing that is something that she can trust him to hold.
Yeah, I don't. To be honest with you, I don't think Jeezy would be able to be as comfortable doing stupid shit as Kanye is allowed to be comfortable with Kim. I don't think you could do that shit with J. I don't think you can be able to do that with her. I feel like she gonna fucking leave or tell you something about yourself and make it known that you fucking doing goofy ass shit instead of just letting you continue to destroy yourself. I don't know personal, but I do know mental health and I do know bipolarism and shit when I see it.
All right. So what you guys saying is, okay, this is a case by case situation. We're looking too much at semantics, right? We're looking at the word. She said submit to her husband, and we're living in this society now where it's like, what is that going to tell other women? But you're saying this is based off a woman who knows her man, who already handles all her business, has this trust in him and saying, look, I want to take this off, right? I'll tell you, like the only problem I personally had with it was the word submit. And the only reason why I have a problem with the word submit is because, yeah, I get what she's saying, but she talking to a bunch of motherfucking goofies too at the end of the day, who there's some nigga out there who,
Right.
who's saying, I want my woman to submit to me, and he ain't paying a bill. He not showing the fortitude to be there as a man. So that's the only thing. The use of word is hard. But at the same time is, go ahead.
No, go ahead, finish your thought. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. At the same time is, that is a relationship. If you are, I can understand as a woman who's handling all her business and doing all this boss shit, then when it comes down to the house and when she's like, oh, are we getting a security system? She don't want to have to go and like, are we getting a security system? She don't want to have to sit there and say, okay, how are our kids being raised? Like, she's okay with somebody else being like, let me set these parameters, do this leg work, and you follow the leg work, right? We do Rise of the Kings. I take care of the leg work so the group can flourish, because that's what I like to do, right? Not everybody wants to do the leg work. In my household, my wife is the manager of everything in-house. So what that means is if she wants to feed our daughter cream of wheat, I can't say nothing about it because it's her domain to do everything that's in-house. And that's not saying home domestic stuff. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying anything that pertains to stuff that we do in this house and for our well-being. If she says we need to do all non-chemical shit, then that's what we do. Because what we used to do is we used to get in arguments. We used to get in arguments because I used to sit there and be like, oh, you want to give her cream of wheat? I want to give her Quaker Oats. And so I'd be sitting there bickering and battling with her over some shit that's like, I don't even know, because she does the research on this stuff. She does the research on nutrition. So I'm arguing her just to be arguing with her. So my role is everything out of the house. If I say to her, all right, we need this kind of car seat because it's safer. She knows that I'm doing all the research to make sure that that is the proper thing. And we've learned to not try to trump each other in these things. And whatever she says goes. It's anything pertaining to in-house. Whatever I say is go pertains to out-house. And that's our way of submitting to each other.
Submitting to each other.
You got it? You
got it.
You got this one?
Got it.
All right, I don't have to because you got this one. Oh, I'll be right back. Go ahead, CJ. I'll be right back.
The way I understand things is logically. So when the words, when you said this, I immediately went to look up the word submit. To accept or yield to the authority or will of another person. I think of the word yield.
The nigga said he looked the shit up while Tony was motherfucking talking. The nigga's a beast.
Come on, let him talk. Let him talk.
But I think of yield on the side of the road. It means it means that I could go, but I don't have the right of way. So I'm going to allow you to go because if we both go at the same time, we're gonna hit each other. And what you just mentioned in your marriage is the fact that in the way y'all synergy is, you two willingly know how to yield unto one another.
Right.
And the successful yielding of each other makes it work.
Yes.
And Jeannie Nye would not have said that she is willing to yield to Jeezy if Jeezy didn't prove himself willing to be yielded to. And the problem is you got men out here who aren't worthy of being submitted to. But, that wasn't your question. Mm-hmm. Yes, people are being caught up in the semantics of the word. Yeah. But if you're like, with this group, we submit to the structure that is laid out.
Right.
And because it just makes it work. We don't follow the guidelines. We just gonna be, it'll sound all right, but at the end of the day, it'll be a bunch of rambling. We have to have order. We have to have structure. But on top of that, the point I was making is you have proven yourself, bro, worthy of being yielded to. So we don't mind yielding to you, and that's that. And I think that's true in any type of submission circumstance. Mm-hmm. But folk get all tight about it because they just folk want to be submitted to because of patriarchy. They're a man and they think they deserve it. No. No, yeah, man. There's scripture. There's scripture that talks about husbands and wives and submission and all of that. The same is true. If the husband isn't honorable and worthy, what makes you think the wife is going to want to submit or submit anyway? It doesn't work unless you prove yourself worthy of being submitted to. And that's a whole bunch of stuff. We can talk about that in more detail on another day.
There has to be some self-reflection that goes on. Again,
I'm sure you and Mrs. Wilson, I'm not in y'all's business, but I see the synergy between the two of y'all. Y'all y'all work because, you know, in the struggle of marriage, y'all found ways, like I said, to yield unto one another. You know what places of authority she thrives, and you know where you gotta be, you know, the head honcho on this one. And you know, and the thing about it is, you know, when she knows it's your realm, she will enable you and push you. And in her realm, you enable her and push her because you know. But that only comes from submission and yielding. You have accepted this, and you know this works. But you know, there's a whole bunch of stigma with submission, and you know.
I like what you just said because
mature.
I like what you just said because like that it's like the enable and pushing, because there are times where let's say she slacks on something, right? And it's in her realm. Like I'm on her ass about it. Like, look, it's you. You got to be on that. And the same thing with me. She got to tell me, dog, you slipping. I can't believe you didn't see that. You got to do better next time, right? So it's still, it's almost too, it's like, it's not being even disrespectful and saying, well, okay, you made this mistake. I'm going to take
this. It's reminding you of your influence.
Yes.
It's reminding you that,
Go ahead.
Man, I feel like that goes back to when we started with how do you know you're human? You know you're human by understanding your influence on the things around you. So when that person is reminding you, hey, you're slipping, I'm reminding you that you're of a high quality, where prior to being able to understand the value of having that input, male pride will teach you to take that the wrong way. You telling me what to do.
Right.
When really that person is surprised that you didn't know it. Like, this is you. This is what you do. Like, you know, like if there was ever like a calendar thing that was missed, we'll all be like, the fuck, is Tony sick? Like, the fuck? Like, he doesn't miss calendar things. Like, it just sounds weird. Like, it's like, what the hell is wrong with you?
Yep. Well, what was I going to say? It's also too, it's done in a way of love, right? Because what we don't always do is we don't operate from a place of love. We operate from a place of trying to always one up each other or take something away from each other. So a negative effect could have been if I was slipping in an area, she didn't say, well, you messed up today, so I'm going to take this over from now on because you can't handle it. That doesn't happen. What happens is, hey, dog, you're slipping. You can do better. Step up your game. How do you need my support to help you? Is there anything I can do to help you better?
Hey, bro, see that right there? Make sure you pinpoint that again. That right there is the key. The dialogue means so much. The way you say this is what it is. They have a lot of people when it comes to maturity. You got a lot of people that say, I'm blunt. I just say it like this. And people, what you are is a person who doesn't understand how to say things where people can grasp it. So so it's like when you learn your partner, when you learn your partners or whoever, and I know there's a certain way that I can communicate to each of my partners different. You know what I mean? Like, I can be way more abrasive talking to Tony than I can be to anybody. Because we get down like that. Like, Tony can I already know you can take criticism to the face harder than anybody. You'll beat yourself up about it afterwards. But you'll sit there with that face right there. And be like, okay. and deal with and deal with it later. Like, but you ain't gonna. And I know that, but you know, it's just when you learn how to deal with people, you learn what motivates them. Some of us are motivated by different things, and when you really learn that, it all goes into place. Like, bro, I'm gonna tell you, like, we started some crap together, but the reason why I would always be like, bro, what's up with you on the schedule shit is because if you don't schedule it, I can't function.
Right.
Because I don't schedule it.